One. Hi guys, and welcome to another type of video I'm looking at doing. This one is a review of the Age of Sigmar Dominion rule set. So more specifically, the core rule set. So this is a free downloadable PDF which you can get off the website. There's a link to that in the description below. But before we jump into it, please do me a solid. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and share this video with all your friends, your gaming buddies, your local club, however you like to play Age of Sigmar Dominion, or even if you just like the collecting aspect, so painting and having models on your shelf in your display cabinets, whatever you want, however you enjoy this hobby, that's fantastic. But like I said, hit me a like, give me a subscribe, and share this video with all your friends. One other thing is that if you get the chance, check out Too Many Metal Men. He does around 10 to 20% discounts off Games Workshop products. He also has his own YouTube channel, which is of the same name. Links to his actual shop is in the description below. I also have linked below a fantastic friend of mine who does commission painting. His work is absolutely fucking stellar, like holy shit. He works so hard on his commission painting, it's absolutely unreal. Link to his Facebook page is down below. Inside Out miniature painting, absolutely wonderful. Holy shit, does he do a fantastic job. So with that being said, let's just dive right in. So on screen across the rest of this video, there are going to be some photos of a game that I played actually today with a good friend of mine who is a teacher, but for reference, let's call him Billy. Okay, that's not his real name, but let's go with Billy. So, me and Billy played a game of the new Age of Sigmar Dominion rules today. I pulled out my Fire Slayers army. It's been a long time since I played them. Like I think I played them like twice, like 2-3 years ago, not long after Soul Wars came out. I guess I have a heavy hero based Nighthawk army. So with that said, we decided to play 1,000 points, strip everything right back, try a few different things. How we normally play, we're going to change up a little bit. We played, and first things first, we found that the way the hero phase starts is completely different. So we set up, we got going, then was like, okay, so who takes the first turn? We rolled, that was that as normal. What is casually referred to across the internet as the double turn mechanic is still there, so that didn't surprise us. But when we got our command points, we were like, okay, well, I get one. Do you get one? Oh wait, hang on. The person who goes second gets 2 command points. So this was something that we found interesting. We liked it. I certainly did. We in all fairness played 2 turns, and I went first for both of them. But I can see where this person who goes second has that additional command point advantage. It makes sense. I like that. Then when we played, we found straight off the bat that there was some new things that our heroes could go and do. It's a heroes action type table, so you can do one of 4, and like 1 of 4 different actions rather. And we found that both of us could do it at the same time. So if you and I were playing, and it was my go, my turn, I could do a hero action as well as you could in my hero phase. And it wasn't so much at the start of the hero phase, but you could do it at any point within the hero phase. So if I played with the Nighthorns and I used a psychic power, whatever it may be, magic and all the rest of it, and you didn't have any wizards, you could go, well, my hero, whatever that may be, will do this specific hero action to deny or attempt to deny the psychic power as if he was a wizard. Roll. That's really cool. So that benefits armies like the Fire Slayers that don't have wizards. So that's actually really, really cool. I like this. And there was other things where you could try and get another command point on a 4+, adding 2 to this roll. If your general was dead, that's really cool. It's a nice get out of jail free card if you really need it somewhere in your hero phase. But that command point you can only use in your turn. You can't keep it. So there we go. There was another one which allowed you to heal your hero, equal their bravery, so their leadership, their morale, whatever you want to call it. Equal it, they heal a wound, beat it, or get underneath it rather, be more accurate. D3 wounds healed back. That's really cool. And each of your heroes can do this, along with their regular command phase stuff. And a lot of the command abilities, the things you can do with your command points that were added into the General's Handbook during the Soul Wars era of Sigmar, they've been brought over now into Dominion, the 3rd edition. And rather than having them all at the hero phase like you did before and go, oh, there's in the hero phase, but in the command phase, the fight phase, you do this, or in the movement phase, you do this. No, it's split now. So if it's something specifically related to movement, you do it in the movement phase, stuff like that. So that's a really cool ability to have, especially for new players. Not much has changed after, in all fairness, between Soul Wars and Dominion. Movement's still the same, shooting's the same, charging's the same, all the fun stuff. So what we found was how to hit, how to wound, and how to save, rather more accurately, what you need to save has changed. So this was something that was ported over from 40k 9th edition, or what they brought back is ward saves. So if you are a Warhammer Fantasy player like I was back in the day, then you know what a ward save is. If you don't, it's a new type of save. So the idea is that armor saves used to be, no, never used to be actually. Armor saves is your armor, what you're physically wearing, whether it's including a shield or what have you. You have modifiers to your armor save called rend, and the higher the rend value, the less effective your armor is. Simple as that. And sometimes you can be having a 5+ armor save, but the model that is attacking you has a rend of, let's say, a -3, which means you need a 7 or worse on a 6-sided dice to pass your saving throw, your armor save, which isn't physically possible. The ward save is a case of this is a 5+ save, a 6+ save, whatever it is in your case, for your army, for your relics, your artifacts of power, as they call it, things like this, and go, this is what it is. This is the end, no modifiers. So that's all it means. So it means that your units, your heroes, will have a save. Awesome description if you take one. How you get them, that's down to future books and releases and things like that, but it's a really cool mechanic to have, and it specifically states this in the core rule set. Core rule set. Monsters was in Soul Wars was a bit, well, what's the kind of point? So yeah, I mean, me having a Runefather on Magladroth, the giant lizard thing for the Fire Slayers, was kind of cool, but the Magladroth always felt a bit, yeah, but it was never truly what I envisioned in my imagination when my the Lord did well, the Magladroth did well, but was never holy shit. Whereas now, the monster rules section brings that to life. So you can roar to stop command abilities and stuff. You can stomp, get more wounds on your enemies. You can do a couple of other things. It's really, really cool. And it feels like monsters have really been given that lease of life that they really did need. We both chose armies that we haven't played in a long, long time. So the idea was that do we look at the battle tome more or the core rule set more? and we found that we looked at the battle tome more, a lot more than the actual core rule set. Because it was like, okay, well, movement phase is this. Anything changed? Not that we can think of. So let's have a quick look. Okay, that's fine. We know how to move. Done. So typical Games Workshop rules writing is something like, if this happens, then you can do this, but only if this and this and this applies. But you can't do it if this, this, and this happens. It gets a bit of a mess. And they can be contradictory and all the rest of it. And that's why there's a bunch of FAQs and erratas for 40k, because it can be a bit of a mess. And we was expecting the same. But in actual fact, it was almost as if, and Billy did make this joke, kind of half joke in all honesty, but I can see where he's going with this one, or he's going with this, because he did turn around and say, maybe throughout lockdown, Games Workshop actually managed to sit down and proofread their stuff. And I'm actually very inclined to agree, because it was so simple. Even though Soul Wars was really good to follow, really easy to get your head around, Age of Sigmar is a fantastic gateway game into 40k, into Kill Team, into Necromunda, and all the rest of it. It still kind of felt a bit, well, what about this? What about this? The Dominion's rule set was like, what? Is it this simple? Holy shit. So yeah, it was really that simple. And I passed over this rule set to a friend of mine who is not Billy, who has dyslexia. And I turned around and said, what do you think? Could you get on with this straight off the bat? And he looks at it and goes, actually, yes, I can. And I say this not to be a prick, but it's a case of how much more easier this rule set has got. So if someone with dyslexia can read this rule set, this is it. It worked really well for him. And he could go, so if I did this is how it's supposed to be. Actually, yes. Oh shit. And he asked us a bunch of questions, and he was like, yeah, I know you're used to Games Workshop writing, but... And yeah, it worked out really, really well for him. So there wasn't anything that we could actually go and say was wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with the rule set. It works perfectly. It flows. It just fantastic. There are a few changes, however, from Soul Wars to Dominion. And number one is that in Soul Wars, you could earn the command points but never really spend them, because unless you're in the right situation, because quite frankly, you didn't have a shit ton of stratagems like you do in 40k, which has got the game so fucking bloated, it's absolutely unreal. So it's nice to play Sigmar and have like 3 stratagems: shoot, save, run. That's literally it. You're laughing. Whereas now they have introduced a couple more, like rally to help get a few dead guys back, stuff like that. If you're dead, then it's like armies of Nagash and the death armies, then you do it anyway. So fuck you is the short answer, because I must have put down the same bloody mod like 5 times. He goes, no, 6+ save, mate. Really? So I'm a bit salty on that one after today's game, but it's what you get. It's what you get. There's nothing wrong with the rule set. It works perfectly. The only criticism I have is that the heroic actions table, which you can find on like page 7 or page 8, should be in what they should have added on as the advanced section, the advanced rules section, which there isn't. There isn't an advanced rules section, which there should be, is my point. And the heroic actions should be in there. Because as a brand new player, if you've never played a tabletop game before, not only have you got to get to grips with your army, how to deploy, and all the rest of it, your allegiance abilities, which you are going to forget. So, hell, I did it. During turn one, I was like, halfway through turn one, I was like, oh shit, I forgot my runes. Oops. It's stuff like this. So you are going to forget. You're going to forget half the rules on how to do this, how to do that. But it's okay to forget this. But adding more to the core rule set is not the way. Stick it in the advanced rules section. So it's not advanced rules as in complex, it's just the core rules should be, this is how you play the game to a super basic standard, to follow the basic rules for the game. Anything else is optional if you so wish, but the majority of players play with the advanced rules anyway, as it's like kind of expected, but that's okay too. Just as a brand new player, when you're learning how to play Age of Sigmar for the very first time, or if you've never played a tabletop game before, keep it short, keep it sweet, keep it lovely. Kiss. Keep it simple, stupid. Yeah. Heroic actions should be in the advanced rules section. Same as the monsters chart should be in the advanced rules section. And there was a bunch of other different stuff which you can find on the latter pages, like 30 plus pages, the page 30 onwards kind of idea. Stick it in the advanced rules section, for Christ's sake. There wasn't a, at least I didn't see a text to say, oh, there's the advanced rules section. I didn't see any of that. So if there is, and you guys are sitting at home looking at it going, oh, it's there, mate. Fine. The other thing was that there wasn't any of the battle plans, what they refer to as battle plans. So no missions to play, no deployment maps or anything. It's a case of, oh yeah, here's some, yeah, when you play, use deployment maps, use deployment maps. Right, then where are they? They weren't there, is my point. Stick them in. Yes, as a brand new player, you can go, oh, should we kill each other? Yeah, sure, works. Or King of the Hill, here's a pound coin. If you're in Britain, if you're in the States, a $1 coin note, something like that, I don't know. Whatever your local currency is, stick it on the table. Oh, hold that. Done. 5 turns. That sort of idea. Sure, that works. But have a solid basic concept of going, okay, well, play on a 3x3 table, have your deployment map, just turn and say, okay, play on a 3x3 table, 12-inch deployment zone. That's what you need, just to get yourself going. But there wasn't that in the core rule set, which could have easily been added. Now, as of filming this video, you can buy on pre-order, in all honesty, you can buy the chunky rule set, the rule book. A bit like the old Soul Wars chunky book. I do believe there is a light bite pocket version. So if that's on pre-order, I don't particularly know if it is. I haven't specifically looked, but the chunky core book is definitely on pre-order. So yeah, if that's your jam, then go for it. Other than that, that's it. I will be playing Dominion a lot more. It's a nice, refreshing change from playing 40k. If the new starter set does interest you, I'll put up a photo of that on screen. Then that's another good way in getting into it, or expanding armies, or even just getting the core rulebook if that's what you want. If you like the models as a collector, great. So other than that, guys, I hope you like this video. I do apologise for the unpainted models. So yeah, I will be getting that painted. So I do apologise in the photos for unpainted models, but hey, happens. So thanks guys for watching. Once again, if you like this video, then please hit like, please hit subscribe, and share this video with your friends, your game buddies, your family members, your neighbour's cats, if you so wish. You know, share the video out, and I will see you next time. Cheers.